Well, here we go with another day. It's day 33. How real servants act. So, in your serving God, a lot has to do with your heart, how you act, your attitude, and the way you serve God. Our motivation has a lot to do with it. So, if you want to serve God effectively, one of the things you have to do is serve in a way that would be pleasing to Him, serving from the heart. If you want to be a useful servant, then take the attitude of a servant. Mark 10:43. Whoever would be great among you must be your servant. And a Christ-like leadership is sometimes referred to as servant leadership. And the best attitude that any person can have in wanting to serve God and serve other people is, where am I needed? Where am I needed? What can I do? And what am I particularly gifted to do? And maybe if I'm not gifted to do, sometimes I just have to jump in and serve. So Rick Warren made a comment that there's no special talent or gift is required to stay after a meeting to pick up trash or stack chairs. Anybody can do that. So that has a lot to do with the particular attitude. But there's 6 qualities I want to mention for great usefulness to God and His kingdom. If you're a Christian and you want to know, how can I serve God in a great way? Then let me recommend 6 attitudes that should guide you as you pick your service. So the first one is availability. Are you available? Have you made room in your schedule and your calendar to serve God? Is your life too busy and you've made no room, there's no margin in your life, then you're not going to be very effective in serving God. If you're like, no, I'm too busy. And some people sometimes feel like they're too busy. And you have to let go of some things. There's this thing called divine appointments. And divine appointments are when you know that God has interrupted your schedule because you're on His schedule. And He has brought something. He's like, I want you to do this. Oh, but I'm so busy. But I want you to do this. I'll give you the time to take care of what you need to do. And this is my plan for you today. A second is visibility. Do I visibly see the needs around me? Some people just have a great eye for seeing needs, and they see it and they want to help. And so, do you see the needs of others? Do you see the need, what it requires, or do you only see your needs and there are people should be meeting your needs? Or do you have an eye, visibility for seeing great needs? What needs to be done to help advance the cause of Christ? Number 3, adjustability. Are you adjustable? Are you flexible? Can you take what's available and instead of complaining, we don't have this and we don't have that and we don't have that? Are you the person that says, well, we do have this. Let's see what we can do with it and make the most of it. And another is excellence. Do you give your best? It doesn't mean that what you have to do must be professional, because that might be beyond your ability, but you do take and offer your ability. And so you have to, if you're going to do something, give it your best. Don't treat it as if insignificant or secondhand or, wow, they asked me to take the trash out. What good is that for the kingdom of God? But no, do things to your best ability and jump in there and give 100% effort. And then dependability. Too often people are not dependable. They back out. They make a commitment and they don't express, they don't follow through. And I like what Rick Warren says. He said something really helpful with this. Servants are dependable. Servants finish their task, fulfill their responsibilities, keep their promises, and complete their commitments. They don't leave a job half done, and they don't quit when they get discouraged. They are trustworthy and dependable. Faithfulness always has been a rare quality. Most people don't know the meaning of commitment. They make commitments casually, then break them for the slightest reason without hesitation, remorse, or regret. Every week, churches and other organizations must improvise because volunteers didn't prepare, didn't show up, or didn't even call to say they weren't coming. And the last quality is humility. And humility means you're not craving attention. You're not doing it for applause, that you can actually, you want to serve because that would please God and honor God. I like what John Wesley said. John Wesley lived in the 1800s, actually in the 1700s. And John Wesley said this, a great preacher: do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places that you can, at all times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you can. Luke 16:10, one who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much. Rick Warren made this statement in this chapter: the race to be a leader is crowded, but the field is wide open to those willing to be servants. If you want to serve, there is a place for you to use your gifts and your abilities for the kingdom of God. God bless you, and go have a great day. Serve the Lord.